Saturday AI Stories. This story is a work of AI fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this story are fictitious and do not portray actual people or events. The Great Cookie Caper. In the town of Sunnyvale, which had a remarkable resemblance to Muncie, Indiana, there was a bakery unlike any other. The Gap Tooth Bakery was known far and wide for its delectable treats and mouth-watering cookies that had a magical touch to them. So, when the town's inaugural cookie baking competition was announced, the bakers at Gap Tooth Bakery knew they had to go all out to win the coveted golden cookie trophy. The head baker, Mrs. Hutton, was a perfectionist with a passion for baking. She was determined to create the perfect cookie that would wow the judges and secure victory for Gap Tooth Bakery. With her team of quirky bakers by her side, including the scatterbrained Betty, the overly enthusiastic Bob, and the ever-hungry Mitch, they set out to create the ultimate masterpiece. Deep in the midst of their baking frenzy, disaster struck. Mrs. Hutton realized that the secret ingredient for their award-winning cookie, the rare golden sugar crystals, had gone missing. Panic ensued as they searched high and low for the missing ingredient, but it was nowhere to be found. Desperate to save the competition and the reputation of Gap Tooth Bakery, Mrs. Hutton and her team embarked on a farcical adventure to track down the missing golden sugar crystals. They followed a trail of clues that led them to the town's eccentric inventor, Professor McFluffin, who had a penchant for tinkering with gadgets and gizmos. The professor revealed that he had accidentally used the golden sugar crystals in his latest invention, a self-cooking pancake machine that had gone haywire. With no time to spare, Mrs. Hutton and her team had to figure out a way to retrieve the precious ingredient before the competition deadline. As they raced against the clock, chaos ensued. Betty accidentally set the kitchen on fire, Bob got stuck in a vat of chocolate ganache, and Mitch managed to eat half of the cookie dough before it was baked. It was through sheer determination and a sprinkle of good luck that they managed to outsmart the mischievous pancake machine and retrieve the golden sugar crystals just in time. With the secret ingredient in hand, Mrs. Hutton and her team worked tirelessly to bake the perfect cookie for the competition. As they presented their creation to the judges, a hush fell over the room. The judges admired the delectable baked goods on the tray before them. Then their eyes widened in delight as they tasted the sweet and buttery deliciousness of the cookie. When all was said and done, the results were announced, and there was no doubt in anyone's mind. The coveted golden cookie trophy was awarded to Gap Tooth Bakery, much to the joy and relief of Mrs. Hutton and her team. As they celebrated their victory with a giant cookie feast, the team knew that no matter what challenges they faced, as long as they stuck together like kneaded dough, they could conquer anything with a sprinkle of humor and a dash of sweetness. The end.